Game 5 of the NBA Finals. Spurs dropped this one again. They led for 72% of the series and lost in 5 games. I think it's poor coaching. Let's get into Game 5 and break it down.
Lisa, and hence low scoring. Bridges floats it up. That shot's good. It was the lowest combined first half scoring in a finals game in 16 years, back when the Lakers and Celtics played.
I'm going to read you my notes first before we get into the game footage. Game 5 notes. Wemby too weak. Cat and Robinson limited him, and he lost that last box out as well due to a strength issue. Towards the end of the game, there was an opportunity to box out that helped cost them the game. Brunson is the GOAT midget LMAO. That's literally what I wrote down. Yo, he's one of us, bro. That guy is sick. I'm not gonna lie. Jalen Brunson is sick. He's the LeBron. I saw LeBron and Steve Nash talking about it on their show, and yeah, he really is the best small guard we've seen in a long time. And he is awesome. The fact that he's able to get to the paint like that, and the navigation, again, is a word I've been using a lot recently, but his navigation skills, ability to use his body, I mean, he's incredible. He's really incredible. Still stole my celly, though. I made that up when I was drunk as shit in college. But that's part of MK Ultra gang stalking. Spurs too young and too rushed. Even on Harper's missed transition lay with 35 seconds left, I was literally telling my girl during that transition possession they should slow it down. They were in transition. Harper was going down the court, coming down this way, and I was like, they should slow it down. They should slow down. They were down 2. But they just are rushed, bro. And the thing is, look, you want to have. I don't think if you have an opportunity in transition, you should go. And it wasn't a deplorable decision by Dylan Harper to take that transition opportunity and go one-on-one to the basket. But maybe we could have gotten something better. And I think in that situation, down 2, you really need to get a good shot, and you got to work for that. And I think that it's better to pull it out and have a full possession as opposed to just going in transition. And at the end of the game, I mean, it is what it is. But I think that, but that's the philosophy, that's the mindset. That's aggressiveness is great. Aggressiveness is awesome. But you need to be controlled. You can't be reckless. And I think that is where the Spurs lost this series. Is they played reckless. They played reckless with the lead. They wasn't trying to protect the lead. They were just running, chucking shit. It is what it is. Mitch Johnson, not a bad coach. I had a whole tirade about Mitch Johnson that I posted earlier. I haven't even dropped it yet as I'm filming this, but I will have dropped it before I've dropped this. So, Mitch, I apologize, man, low key, but bro, you was not doing your big one, man, on the finals. Mitch Johnson, not a bad coach, but he allows them to play too rushed. What is your emphasis? Again, that's the question I always ask when I see coaching I disagree with. What are your emphases? What is your emphasis? What are you telling them? You're telling them, just go, be aggressive. I mean, dude, they're like 20-something. Of course they're going to do that. They're 20s. They're Wemby's 22. Dylan Harper's 21. Castle's something like that too. These guys are young. They're gonna be playing rush. They're gonna be feeding off the energy in the crowd. You gotta be the rock. And I talked about how I made a video about how they were. There's different organizations have different leaders. Like LeBron was the leader of his teams. He had to be the rock. Draymond was the rock and the emotional stalwart for the Warriors. Stephen Curry. I said Steph and Curry. Stephen Curry and Clay brought the skill, obviously, and the majority of the scoring and talent, and they had other players who were contributing in that way as well. And then Steve Kerr was the brains. That's how that organization worked. There are different organizations. In this situation, you have a bunch of talented young players. You need the coach to be the leader. Wemby's not a leader like that yet. He's 22. He's not. He might be a leader, but also it's about the energy sometimes. And, he's not going to be, he's 22 years old. He's not just going to be running shit at that age, already. It's an emotional maturity thing. It's he's just not a grown man. He is, of course, physically and stature-wise, but he's still a child, but he's 22. And it's just, I don't know. He's not a 35-year-old LeBron James leading a team. That's not what he is. He's not Michael Jordan at 30 or whatever, No. So you got to step in. Everything's too rushed. Allowed many comebacks. San Antonio will be back. Knicks probably might not, okay? So it's good that they got that out of the way. Not good for me because I hate New York. Well, I don't. I have problems with New York because I got gang stalked there, so I didn't want them to win. I mean, most of my gang stalkers were in New York. Charles Barkley was low-key right about Fox needing to come out. Offense was better with Castle running it. Fox really just chucked up a lot of zero pass shots, and they weren't great. Fox is more poised and less rushed than Harper. I had that written down. I actually don't know why I had that written down, what made me say that at the time. And that's the beauty of notes. Sometimes you just, right? I think sometimes you just see something in the moment and you gotta, that's something that now I will have in my head. I trust myself. I trust my past self. So that I probably saw something there that made me think that. But Fox is more poised and less rushed than Harper. However, I thought Stephon Castle should have been bringing the ball up. Harper still got them a bucket when needed. When I did the interview video and reacted to that, I talked about how Harper was like the second best player on this team, and Wemby was the best. And you still gotta have a guy that can bring the ball up, not turn it over, get the offense going, be poised enough to get you into stuff, and not just chuck. And I think Castle was the guy, because Fox was supposed to be the guy, he was supposed to be the veteran, but it wasn't getting it done. At what point do you go away and try to switch that up? Hey, let's have Steph bring the ball up now. Because this is, De'Aaron's not getting it done. We are not getting into a good rhythm and flow with De'Aaron at the helm. Let's try Steph. I felt that a lot of those decisions were overdue. In Game 4, I think the third to last timeout he called was overdue. He waited till they were up 20, and he waited till they were up 5. I would have called one up like 10 to 12, personally. I'm very stingy about my leads, about, just the way I'm just a stingy coach when it comes to that kind of game management stuff. I don't fuck around. I like to have what I want to be happening on the court happening, because I know how to make my team win. I know that. I've been doing it for a long time. So I'm not trying to see some bullshit. I will call the timeout right away. I will shut that shit down right away. I'll pull somebody quick. I'm not going to let shit get away. You see what I'm saying? Unless, obviously, your star, if he's a fucking star and he's going to have a longer leash, of course all that shit is going to pertain to, but. In
2010. It was a different game than in the NBA. Champagnie hits a three. That's his third three-pointer. Bridges, but he did not get vertical at all to contest. Brunson finds some room, flips it up.
Like, what the fuck, bro?
Soft touch.
Like, that's the thing with the things guys work on these days. That is like, this is a terrible shot. Like, this is traditionally a really just a bad shot.
Three-pointer. Bridges, but he did not get vertical.
They're coming off, right? First of all, it is what it is. I whenever I see this reaching into the lane, I almost have a gut reaction, be like, move your feet and get in front. Because if you're gonna, what are you doing here? Like, especially in this day and age, these guys are, you're not jamming properly, right? But at the same time, like, there is some, you got to just let guys play to some extent. De'Aaron Fox is quick enough and speedy enough to be able to recover. So, and the angle was kind of weird. This is actually, I take it back, this is not a bad shot at all. But there was a point in time in basketball history where this was a bad shot. Pulling up with a guy draped all over you like that was a bad shot. But it's not a bad shot. It's not a bad shot these days, and it's definitely not a bad shot for Jalen Brunson.
Finds some room, flips it up, soft touch.
But that speaks more to his talent than it does to whether the shot itself is great.
Drives, lost it momentarily.
And OG had fringe Finals MVP level performances. I actually told my buddy to sell his position. He had a bet that OG would win. We went to Indiana, so he had a bet that OG would win with the Finals MVP, and he had a futures bet, and he had a chance to cash out for $250. I said, go ahead and do that, because Brunson's going to be the one that gets Finals MVP. That's just how it goes in these situations. He did. He got the money, and OG didn't win it, so he would have lost all that. But he cashed out and made like $250.
Pass inside.
But OG was hooping, bro. OG was really, really hooping, and he was smacked as shit on that TV show, whatever the hell they got on. Yeah, I don't know what he was doing the night before, but next time they need to invite me. All right, I can't believe I missed out on that, bro.
Wemby deflected. Nate Anunoby changes mind again. Wemby running the floor, throws it down. And the foul. Castle's 0 for 7 from the field. Drives along the baseline, kicks it out the corner. Good ball movement.
And the dirtiness thing, by the way, the internet is talking about how the Spurs were dirty and Wemby was dirty. I wouldn't call it dirty. I didn't think it rose to that level, but he was chippy for sure. And it was a little bit of extracurricular. I think from the physicality perspective, though, the Knicks got the better of him. And Cat and Robinson kept him out of the paint. That was dirty right there, the shove in the back. But not dirty, but like that was a little extracurricular again. But dirty to me is like you gotta really like do some low down shit, like letting somebody land on your foot when they take the jump shot, like Jalen Brunson landed on somebody's foot. I felt that was bordering on dirty. It was like, okay, come on, let's not get in his landing zone, especially because there's been attention drawn to that, and there was a whole phase of NBA basketball where the landing zone was like an emphasis from officiating. You didn't want to let them do that, and so Kobe, that happened. We don't want that, right? So let's not do that. If you're gonna punch him in the face, do it. Do that, or shove him to the ground or something like that. But don't try to take out his ankles. Don't try to injure him in this seedy sort of way, or don't allow that to happen. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Champagny fakes, step back three, gets another. 4 3-pointer for Champagny.
If you're gonna punch him in the face, walk up to him like a man, punch him in the face, and be ready to put your hands up and be ready to fight. That's cool. I don't think that's dirty, right? So I have different definitions of shit. Like if you're gonna push somebody or deck somebody in the chest and upper body area, that's not gonna lead to them. It's unlikely to lead to them getting like completely fucked, tearing their ACL, losing their ankle. So that's not dirty to me. That's aggressive. That's just you're trying to fight them. You know what I mean? That's maybe violent. I wouldn't call it dirty, right? So just some basic shit.
Showing that ball handling, the spin, fake, puts the shot off.
And that was a good shot, but they were really, you see what I'm talking about. They really had an emphasis on limiting his ability to play in the paint. OG, Robinson's on him as well.
Spin, fake, puts the shot
the vertical, it is what it is. If he makes that, you can't really do much else.
Castle looks. Castle still holding on. Trying to Harper, and he fouled.
Now this is the end of the game. We got to rewind a little bit before this.
Double team gets away.
I mean, it got to a foul game. I want to comment on the clock management here, so let's talk about it. And look, all right, let's just start right here. Okay. Oh, this is good. They left a good segment of this in there. Okay.
And Anunoby gets it inside. Shot block.
The goaltend. Okay, look. Again, we sold a lead as San Antonio, right? Okay, let's start right here.
A minute. Brunson, that hesitation. Banks it home, and it's back to a 6-point game. They haven't led since it was 5-4 here in Game 5. Shot clock at 8. Wemby on Brunson. The two stars. Brunson off the bounce, gets inside, leans in, right hand, and he banks it
That is so impressive by Jalen Brunson. Wemby is 7'5". Guys, I've played against guys who were like 6'8", 6'9", 7'3". It is incredibly difficult to get a shot off on a guy that's that long and can move their feet. Incredibly difficult. Any shot, a 3 even. I played hella pros in one-on-one and stuff like that. A 6'3", 6'4" professional basketball player that played in like Europe or some shit is hard to get a shot off on if you don't have a serious bag. I mean, you can get a shot off, but a quality shot. So for Jalen Brunson to be doing this against a 7'5" Victor Wembanyama.
Brunson, the two stars. Brunson.
Look at the pace, change of pace, boom, get in front. Steve Nash was talking about it, and I liked the way he put it. There's a couple ways you can veer into somebody's path or be physical and use your body. And in some instances, it's driving him off the line so you can have control of what he called the pocket of space. And I like that term. Or, putting your leg in front like this. It's a veer dribble. And then again, little hezzy. Just mess up the timing, man. His timing, his navigation is sick. Jalen Brunson's timing has gotten him many a shot. Did it a lot throughout the finals. And
right-handed, he banks it home.
Won him the MVP, man, and he deserved it.
Sensational move from Brunson. And the lead is cut to 4. Under 5 to play. Brunson looks, Brunson drives, Brunson shoots.
Look at that. Just the little manipulation there to get Cornette going corner.
Brunson looks, Brunson drives.
Ooh.
Brunson shoots, ties the game.
Ties it up.
10 straight points. 40 ready for Jalen Brunson.
Both guys had an equal shot at the ball. I completely agree with you.
Fox on the drive, kicks it out. Harper up top. Vassell chased off the three-point mark. Puts up the jumper. It's good.
Good shot by Vassell.
Devin Vassell, a big bucket. Spurs. Here's Anunoby. Back out to Hart. Towns thought about a three. Anunoby gets it inside.
Ooh, and nice. This is great movement here. I like what...
Spurs. Here's Anunoby. Back out to Hart.
You know, Towns has Anunoby. First of all, great job. Eyes to the rim. Creates this opportunity. Forces them to close out on you. Because it gives you that... You're looking at the basket. You're looking at, okay, hey, see, look, I have an opportunity to shoot here. You know, a lot of guys with a guy on them would not do that. And as a habit. In fact, I don't when I'm hooping. I need to work on that, actually, personally. But with a guy on him, a lot of guys will just look for the space or look straight to move the ball. And I like that he didn't try to pass it over Wemby here. He gave Hart the ball because Hart has the entry angle from the wing. The wing is always the easiest entry angle to the low block. All right? And it's because you don't have to worry about the guy in your face tipping it. You don't have to worry about the guy playing top shoulder tipping it. You get it here and you get it down easy.
Towns thought about a three.
And that's exactly what you got.
Gets it inside.
And boom.
Shot blocked, but it's going to be a goaltend. Count the bucket.
They went through the rim.
Wembanyama drives on Towns, stops, leans in.
You see how he's not able to get what he wants? Like, Wembanyama is not able to get what he wants with Karl Anthony Towns playing this physical defense on him. You got to get stronger.
Wembanyama drives on Towns.
Like, look, this drive line, it looks like, okay, he's there, he's in position, but a lot of times, even if he's in legal guarding position, if you're stronger than him, you're going to have your line to the basket, right? You got bumped off the line. Both of you were playing great. He's playing good physical defense, moving his feet, and he's able to take the contact from you and establish the line himself. You need to be the one establishing the line as a driver. To be the GOAT, you got to get stronger. You have to get stronger. You just have to get stronger, man. And it's not saying that he's weak. Now, first of all, he's 22. I don't know how old Karl Anthony Towns has been lifting weights with NBA money and NBA resources, diet, trainers for much longer than Wemby. But he is stronger. And this is why you didn't get a just quick bucket right here.
Stops, leans in, and a foul call on.
And it's debatable if that's a foul, to be honest with you.
He's out. His sixth
He did draw the foul, but
drives on Towns, stops, leans in.
he did. I mean, theoretically he went from A to B.
And a foul.
Would you call that if he didn't fall though, ref? Right? I feel like a lot of the time that influences the call. I mean, and it was.
Wembanyama drives on Towns, stop.
You look, he goes from A to B, as they say. You got to go straight up on the contest. He's going A to B. So just a good shot fake.
Leans in. And a foul call on Towns.
It is a foul,
He's
but
out. His sixth personal foul. Always takes his time, the deep breath. Misses the first.
Two big free throws in game 4. Down the stretch as well.
He did miss 2 in game 4 as well.
Takes his time. Gets
Made the second one, needed that.
one to go. Harper on the drive, gets in the paint, stops. Falling away is up. That's good.
Like, that is so elite, bruh. Like, that's just elite. Holy shit. Let's watch this again.
Harper
I like the angle.
on the drive,
Gets inside, 2 feet, discipline, not crazy, not rushed. Hey, LaMelo, man, we need to work on LaMelo Ball. I'm a big fan of LaMelo Ball, but we need to work on this type of stuff in the offseason. The stuff you need to watch Stephon Castle and you need to watch Dylan Harper. And you need to watch them and add this 2-foot game in the paint to your bag.
Stops. Falling away is up.
That's going to make you just a much better vet.
Good.
You got it, tied the game.
Harper heroics here in an elimination game. We're tied again.
And again, I don't know about this, man. You're picking up.
Elimination game. We're tied again.
Why are we picking up at half court? Is there? I want to hear a justification for that. Like, why would you pick up at half court in this circumstance? It's Jalen Brunson. It's not Shaq, right? It's not Pau Gasol. It's not fucking Zach Randolph. This is Jalen Brunson. You're picking up at half court. And he goes right by you. Like, what? I mean, shit, bro. It's Jalen Brunson.
Brunson gets away from Castle. The floater's up
And the off timing, 0-step, quick pickup and floater. Just incredible.
Brunson gets away from Castle. The
Like,
floater's
I'd be
up.
like, does he work on that? Like, I'm sure he probably does. He's probably gotten some reps in doing that exact thing. Or does he just have the touch from working finishing so much? Like, I'd actually like to know. I would like a comment from Jalen Brunson on that. Like, are you working on that exact thing? Driving left, snaking to the middle, and that's not necessarily a snake, but taking that curved angle, curvilinear,
Brunson gets away from
and then sliding off 2 feet to float it off with your left. I mean,
Castle. The floater's up and good. Jalen Brunson with another answer. You gotta.
do you work? I've never seen anybody work on that in my life. Perhaps he has, and that's why he's in the NBA, or maybe he just is just that good that he's able to be crafty and creative.
Be careful of containment if you're Castle that far out on the floor. You can't let Brunson have a blow-by when he's in the lane that easily.
Wemby inside. Kicks it back
And look, that's another thing, Wemby. That's another example of
out on the floor. You can't let Brunson have a blow-by when he's in the lane that easily.
Wemby inside.
you see how we're getting bumped away from the rim. It's always you're going away from the rim, away from the rim. These guys are able to get you to go away from the rim. Your leverages. I said this when he was getting drafted. Okay, when he was getting drafted and people were like, he's gonna be the GOAT. I was like, I don't know. He seems like he might have strength issues. He might be weak. He might be. This might happen to him. I thought it was gonna be more of an issue defensively, but it's not. His length more than compensates for that. But offensively, it is taking away a part of his game when the other opposing team emphasizes that. And as unstoppable as he is, he could be even more so, and the GOAT if he were to work on strength. That's my opinion. I think he needs to spend. Shit, I could train him, but I'm gonna need to get paid for that, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I could definitely, but hey, shit, it is what it is. I should be in the NBA doing something in some capacity right now, but I'm not because America sucks fucking cock and is a third world country right now. It is what it is.
Kicks it back out in the corner. Fox a three-pointer. Hart for rebound.
It is what it is, man. Corruption is like high. If you look at the indices for corruption, I'm pretty sure it's much higher in the third world countries. And man, we have a lot of corruption here right now in this moment and throughout in the NBA and other places, and that is some third world shit. That's all I got to say about that. I could live in Venezuela for much cheaper and get fucked by corruption. I could live in India. I mean, in India, my family, I'm not going to get into that. But I could just live good in India. Let me say that. Why the fuck did my parents come here? To avoid the third worldness of India, which is developing pretty fast at this point. But now we got the third world here. It's just crazy.
We're under a minute to play. Knicks clinging to this 2-point lead.
Jalen Brunson right now goes where he wants.
Just a shitty country right now, man. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, really.
Eyes inside, whips a pass out. Hart, three-pointer. Fight for the rebound. Loose. Harper comes up with it. Harper pushing, going coast to coast, layup, missed it.
This is the possession. I was like, yo, slow it down, because they got the rebound at this point in the game.
To this 2-point lead.
Jalen Brunson right now goes where he wants.
Drives inside, whips a pass out. Hart, three-pointer. Fight for the rebound. Loose. Harper comes up with it.
And Mitch Johnson is telling him to go, push it.
Harper push.
Bro, you didn't have numbers though. Like, why do you want him to push it? You have 2 timeouts, right?
Whips a pass out. Hart, three-pointer. Fight for the rebound. Loose. Harper comes up with it. Harper pushing.
Like right about here, right back there, I was like, yo, I was like, he should be slowing it down. And
Loose. Harper comes up with it.
they don't have numbers. And anybody can freeze frame it like this. I did see it live, but anybody can freeze frame it and be like, oh, look, see, we don't have numbers. But, like, bro, there's 30 seconds left. You just got the ball back. There's all this shit going down. Don't you want to slow it down and get a good possession as opposed to just rushing it on a fast break with not necessarily, like, actually a transition opportunity?
Harper pushing, going.
Dylan Harper is 21 years old. I coached against him when he was in high school in 2023. He was in high school in 2023. It's 2026. That's how young he is. But you have a 39-year-old coach on the sideline with 2 timeouts and 30 seconds left. You don't want to call him. I don't understand. I truly don't understand. Your emphasis was just incorrect. Obviously. You lost in 5 games after leading 72% of the series. So this philosophy, right, and this difference in philosophy that Mitch Johnson and I have clearly, I think it's obvious who's right.
Coast to coast layup, missed it. Hart the rebound.
But look, I'm sitting here making YouTube videos. Mitch Johnson's an NBA head coach. So I'm the bum for real. But I don't know, bro.
And a quick foul with 26.1 remaining.
It can bounce high in the air, so you almost had to foul in that moment.
I would venture to say that I would destroy Mitch Johnson. If you gave us 2 even teams in a week of practice and played each other, I would probably beat him by 60. And that goes for almost every basketball coach ever, especially in America. Not that, I'm not saying Europe's better or some shit, but I'm saying I firsthand know what the coaching is like in America, so I know that. Europeans, I could probably destroy them too. The Chinese, it doesn't matter, right? Probably fucking, if you gave us like a pool of talent, snake draft, whatever, however you wanted to do it, so we could have parity between the teams, and then gave us each a week, 2 weeks of practice and played each other, I would dog the fuck out of everybody by 100 points. Maybe 300 points. Maybe 1,000. Maybe fucking 6 billion, bro. None of these guys can hold my dick. The ATOs don't mean shit. I got a good amount of ATOs too. Okay? But that's cute, bro. That's 2 points, a quick hitter. How are you coaching? How are you managing the personalities? How are you coaching the whole game? I think that's infinitely more important. Yes, you gain more ATOs with experience. I'm only 28 years old. I've only seen so many. And I've only, but I don't know, man. Just anybody can do that. That's take a fucking monkey. You could Google ATOs in the fucking timeout. You know what I mean? Like, real shit, bro. They'd probably be doing that. Like, honestly.
There wasn't enough difference between the shot clock and game clock.
Josh Hart, big free throws for San Antonio.
Can you build a system? Can you teach people how to read options and run your stuff and instill that?
That one too strong. Rob.
Can you customize that to the team you have to make it so that they're in positions of success? Oh my God, I just glitched. Success, right? I don't know. I don't think any of these guys can do it like me.
It's in the rebound, back out to shot it. Now they have to foul.
You didn't have to foul though. This is another thing that I peeped and I was like, yo, I don't know if you have to foul here.
That one too strong. Robinson.
And first of all, bro, like
that one too strong.
Wemby, not strong enough. Not strong enough. You didn't say that. Hey, what can you improve on, Wemby? Didn't say anything about strength.
Big free throws for San Antonio.
Brother.
That one too strong. Robinson, the rebound, back out the...
You got to be able to drive him. And Stephon Castle's helping him out, pushing him in the back. I mean...
That one too...
You can see who's winning that engagement.
For San Antonio.
You got the first push, but then he's folding you. You know your core is not strong enough to maintain anti-extension, right?
Too strong.
And you're pushed out of position. You're under the basket. He's in position to get the rebound. He gets it, and now you're fucked. You lose.
Rebound, back out the shot.
At this point, forcing a 5-second violation or not fouling, you could have not fouled. Now, if you get scored on after not fouling, you're cooked, obviously. But you didn't necessarily have to foul here. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. You know, you get 14 seconds.
Too strong. Robinson, the rebound, back out the shot.
What the fuck is going on with the shot clock, actually? Hold on.
So you almost had to foul in that moment because there wasn't enough difference between the shot clock and game clock.
Josh.
Yeah, this is 14 or whatever it was before he got fouled. They get 14 after the offensive rebound. I guess it was less than 14 prior to that. I don't know how that works, to be honest with you. I got to look at the rules more closely. I don't know if they go back to 14 no matter what after an offensive rebound after a free throw, or if it depends on whether or not there was more time on the clock before the free throw. I would think it just probably goes back to 14. But, yeah, you didn't need to foul. You could have just played a good defensive possession, called a timeout, and you would have had a chance to tie the game. I think the foul game is overrated, bro. People in the NBA make free throws. So, like, if you have an opportunity to just ride it out and try to get one shot to tie the game, or you have the opportunity to foul, I think you just go with the former and you just ride it out. We got to get a stop and a score. You got to get a stop and a score. Simplify that shit. This shit just, bro, like, they're gonna make the free. You're just extending nothing, right? Like,
and a foul. Mitchell Robinson with one of the biggest offensive rebounds.
Now the Knicks fouled at the end of this, which I've never done. I mean, I've never used that in a game personally myself, but it was a great decision to foul there.
Rebounds in Knick history.
One of the biggest offensive rebounds in NBA history right there. Too big, too strong. He just walked Wemby underneath the rim. So he negated that length with his size and
now
and strength, exactly.
4-point lead, 21.6 remaining. Spurs still have 2 timeouts left. Another missed free throw. Fight for the rebound. Vassell. The Knicks upset. Anunoby upset with himself. But Vassell trying to come off the screen. Castle the inbound. Lobs it cross court to Wemby. Wemby turns, puts up the three-pointer. Off the mark. Castle with the slam. A huge tip-in.
Sick play by Castle.
Off the mark. Castle with the slam. A huge tip-in. That's his first field goal of the night, and it's a 2-point game with 16.3.
Massive tip-in. First field goal of the night. Wow.
It's not hard. It's going to be Bridges. Only been to the line 4 times in a series.
Brunson trying to get free, gets the pass in the corner. Vassell on him.
You going for the 5 seconds?
Still not fouling. There's a double team. Gets away. Brunson still has it. Ball knocked loose, picked up by Bridges, and a foul. What it looked like.
That was big right there, to be honest. I like the decision not to foul right away because, again, same philosophy, right? I like that by Mitch Johnson. Why foul right away? Try to force a steal first, and then we'll foul with 10 seconds left. Then we got to see what happens after that.
Ball knocked loose, picked up by Bridges, and a foul. Boy, it looked like Brunson got hammered at half court. Bridges got fouled. So Mikal Bridges will shoot. Only taken 4 free throws in these finals.
And you probably don't want to foul Jalen Brunson. Get the ball out of his hands, trap that, do whatever you got to do. When he gets rid of it, then you foul the next guy. Because you might be able to force the turnover. 5-second violation, something like that.
Misses the first.
Big
Nixon
miss.
now missed 3 free throws down the stretch here. Knocks down the other. And Mitch Johnson will use his final timeout. Castle looks. Castle.
I love Castle's poise on this inbound. Not rushed. Keeps his options open. Uses his eyes. That's why you have to. Clearly, they trust Stephon Castle to make decisions. I said that earlier. I think he should have been bringing the ball up towards the end, and we should have gone away from Fox a little bit.
Castle still holding on. Trying to Harper.
And this is where, right, I'm sold on. Obviously, this is common knowledge at this point, but yeah, you foul here. If you're I've always been a guy to be like, look, don't foul in this situation. 93-90, you're up 3 points of the Knicks. They got to hit a 3. They have to hit a 3. The pressure's on them. Why foul? Rock. Just play defense, right? Play defense, and if they hit a fucking 3 on our ass, knowing that we can't let them hit a 3, and they have 8 seconds left, and they're in this such an underhanded position, and they hit a 3, then we deserve to go to overtime. So I don't foul, but like in this circumstance, I don't think it was this one. I think it was the next one that really sold me as to why you do that.
Lines it up, shot no good. Anunoby the rebound, and he's fouled with 7.7.
Because you're just extending it.
Missed it.
You're basically reducing the time that's left on the clock, second by second, in order to give them the worst possible hand, and on that last possession.
Another back up.
Now, do you need to do all that, or do you need to just play defense? It's still arguable that you just play defense, but I see the argument for this too.
And immediately take a foul in backcourt.
Clutch
a
one
board,
there.
you don't even have to foul. Now,
4-point lead. Here comes Fox. 5 seconds remaining. Fox to Wemby. Wemby tries a three, puts it up, off the mark. Anunoby the rebound. It's over. It's over. Knick fans, this is not a dream. You're long.
That's game. 50-something years, man. Blowing leads. You can't win that way. 50-something years, New York has been in a drought. I have a serious hatred for New York and a lot of people in that city because of I was done wrong. It's not just some random thing, right? And I'm sick. I'm physically ill. I want to kill myself a little bit, to be honest with you. Thanks a lot, Mitch Johnson. It is what it is. And again, professionally, like Mitch, it's he's obviously a good coach. I criticize and I get passionate, but he's a great coach. He's in the NBA coaching as a head coach in the finals for a reason. He beat the Thunder with a young team. That's not easy. So he's a great coach, but a lot of things I disagree with and probably we don't align on. It is what it is. All right. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace and love.